Dragons Hellcat ch.9. Tilde the rating game vs Sona Peerage, Part.2 tilde. Tilde Pav, Kaneko, and Kuroka tilde. Tilde music start. War Zone Urchin by Jasmine Bean. Kaneko and Kuroka can be seen running toward the location Tsubasa and Tsubaki, who can be seen just outside of the new school building waiting for them. Once Kaneko and Kuroka arrived in front of their opponents, Kaneko let out her cat ears, and two tails revealed she's reached Nekomata LVL2. Kuroka and Tsubaki both extended their respective wings and took to the skies, while Kaneko and Tsubasa stayed on the ground, all getting into battle positions. Tilde Pav, Kaneko tilde. Kaneko was the first to move, charging at Tsubasa, covering her fists in two. He throws a punch at her. The speed and power of the punch caught Tsubasa off guard, but she was able to block and threw a punch back at Kaneko, who also blocked, and they engaged in exchange of tried blows, each countering each other's attacks. Eventually, surprisingly, Tsubasa was able to land a hit on Kaneko's face, but Kaneko just glared at her and returned the punch back to Tsubasa twice as hard, sending her flying back. Landing on her back, Tsubasa flipped and landed on her back, using her sacred gear to create her a shield of light to block the incoming Kaneko, who readied another punch. Tsubasa was able to make the shield, however Kaneko, putting all of her strength into her punch, punched straight through it, causing the shield to shatter like glass, landing a blow to Tsubasa's gut. Kaneko kept up the assault with a series rights and lefts, before kicking her back, sending her flying into a nearby tree. Tsubasa got back up and tried using her sacred gear to fire an attack of both fire and lightning, which spun in a yo-yo-like fashion, but Kaneko just simply dodged and hit Tsubasa with an uppercut, launching her into the air. Kaneko jumped above her. "Suck it," said the white-haired cat girl, putting her hands together, raising them above her head, bringing them down like a sledgehammer to Tsubasa's skull, sending her crashing to the ground, creating a small crater from the impact. Tsubasa, not giving up just yet, stands up once more, and creates a barrier of light surrounded by flames, to try to fend off the charging Kaneko. Kaneko, showing she still holds a grudge from when Tsubasa eliminated her in dodgeball, forms a ball of energy using senjutsu, and with all of her strength throws the ball at the barrier. Upon contact, the barrier and the ball of energy both explode. Tsubasa, in shock at how strong Kaneko is now, didn't have time to react as Kaneko formed another ball of energy, performing a 360 spin, fires the attack, aiming center mass, hitting Tsubasa in the exact same spot Tsubasa hit her in the dodgeball game. Kaneko then charged in, delivering an elbow to her gut, knocking the wind out of Tsubasa. Kaneko delivered a right hook to her face, followed by an elbow with the same arm to Tsubasa's temple, knocking the blue-haired girl unconscious before she was announced retired. Kaneko sat under a tree nonchalantly after her battle, and watched the fight between Kuroka and Tsubaki. Tilde meanwhile Pav, Kuroka tilde. Kuroka simply just used the same poison mist she used against Issei, Kaneko, and Rias when in the underworld, paralyzing Tsubaki, causing her to fall to her knees. Kuroka then pointed her finger, using senjutsu, also mixing the energy with holy energy, forming a tiny ball of energy at the tip of her finger. When Kuroka fired the attack, it released in a death beam-like fashion, impaling Tsubaki in the chest, immediately causing her to be retired. Leaving only Sona herself, and her two bishops Momo and Rhea. Tilde Pav, Issei, Irina, Gura, and Revel tilde. Issei, Irina and Revel met up with Gura not long after Ayane, Kitase, and Maruyama's victories. Gura, with the wave of her trident, summons and uses Bloop to scout out where Sona's two bishops, along with Sona, are hiding. Sending Bloop into the new school building, and outside the student council, Bloop in his bubble slips under the door crack to check, but they weren't there. Checking all of the classrooms, nowhere to be seen. Little did they know, Sona, surrounded by a barrier created by Momo and Rhea, was attempting to sneak up behind them, while Momo and Rhea hid in some trees. That was until a kunai with a spinning flower hit the branch they were sitting on and exploded, causing them to drop the barrier and announcing their presence. This kunai, of course, was from none other than Ayane, sending the two bishops falling from the tree. Tilde music start. DBS soundtrack, a fearsome foe tilde. The distraction from Ayane caused the two bishops to accidentally drop the barrier, exposing Sona as well, causing the group to turn around to face her. Gura excitedly transformed, her blue highlights turning red, along with all of her blue pieces of clothing changing to the same shade of red as her hair, finally to change where her blue eyes also turning red. Her teeth becoming sharper with a sadistic grin like a shark who found its meal, she teleported to the location of the two bishops. Tilda Pav. Gor Gura Tilda. Upon teleporting to the two bishops. Who are you? Asked Momo. Wait, you're, said Rhea. Yes, I am Gura, said the shark with a devious smile on her face. Tapping her trident on the ground, Gura surrounded them in a dome of holy water, preventing them from escaping her. Momo and Rhea were afraid out of their minds, and knowing full well they didn't have the necessary power to take Gura on, they still had to try to fight anyway. Momo used her reversal ability to try to at least cancel out the holy energy. She was successful, however the dome of water surrounding them was still there, and Gura tapping her trident on the ground once more without even leaving from her position caused the dome of water to spin at dangerous speeds as the pressure grew strong enough to cut through steel. Gura then pointed the tip of her trident at Rhea while nonchalantly singing her song, Reflect, fired an attack of blue light at Rhea at a speed she was unable to see. Upon contact, Rhea exploded, turning into bubbles. Soon after, her retirement was announced. Momo didn't have time to register what happened before the ground below her was turned into a deep pool, and great white shark appeared behind her, swallowing her whole body before it kamikazed itself, exploding. Next came Graphia's voice announcing her retirement. Said Gura before Kaneko, Kuroka, Ayane, Katase, and Murayama met up with her, and they went to meet back up with Issei and the others. Tilda music change. Dragon's Eyes Tilda. Tilda Pav. Issei Tilda. Sona, just submit, you and I both know you don't have the necessary power to take me on, said Issei as his empty gray eyes practically pierced through Sona's soul. Never, said Sona, getting into a battle position. And what happened to your eyes? Asked Sona before a sudden image of Ophis popped into her head, causing her to look at Issei with wide eyes. Let's just say I'm no longer just the Red Dragon Emperor, said Issei with a bit of a cocky smirk. From now on call me the Red Dragon of Infinity, said Issei, causing Sona to gasp in shock. She wasn't going to give up though, she would still attempt to fight even if she knows it's in vain. She charged up a spinning ball of water that spun at the same speed and velocity as the dome Gura had made against Rhea and Momo. She fired the attack, but Issei didn't even try to dodge, block or counter the move. Issei just stood there letting the attack hit him. Upon contact, the attack went through Issei's abdomen and out of his back, creating a hole, but Issei just simply regenerated instantly. Tilda music change. Intrigue Tilda. Sona tried various different water attacks against Issei, but all met the same result. Sona then summoned several large water dragons and beasts, which all fired a barrage of compressed water needles at Issei. Issei just raised his hand and surrounded himself with a barrier which deflected each of the dragons and beasts' attacks. After dissipating the barrier, Issei then pointed his finger at one of the beasts. Without even looking, he fired an attack and the beast exploded in a mist of dark purple energy, obliterating the beast instantly. Issei then nonchalantly repeated the same thing with the remaining beasts and dragons. Sona began to charge up more attacks, but Issei extended his hand towards Sona, opening his palm. Suddenly a slit opened in his hand, revealing the head of a snake. He fired the snake at an insane speed. Upon contact, the snake wrapped around Sona's body, restraining her, before biting her neck, taking away her remaining power, causing her to fall to her knees before the snake dissipated. Give up, Sona, you can't win, said Issei in a serious tone, receiving a sigh of defeat from Sona. Fine, I submit, you win, Issei Hyodo, said Sona in defeat before everyone was teleported back to the real world, besides Sona, who was teleported to the Underworld's hospital to tend to her peerage members. Issei and his peerage were teleported to the Orc room, where Rias and her peerage waited for them. They couldn't believe what they saw during the raiding game. They still loved him, but part of them feared him. Issei, whispered Rias under her breath. Well, that's over with, said Issei nonchalantly. Gura pulls out a red button on and pushes it. That was easy, came from the button. I whooped some blue-haired ass, said Kaneko in a monotone voice, as if she was unimpressed with her fight against the Rook of the Sea Tree team. Issei, is it true? You possess the Ouroboros dragon? Asked Takano, looking into his hollow gray eyes. Said Issei with a smile and nod. But how is that possible? How did you do it? Asked Rias. And so Issei told them what happened while he and his peerage were away training, as well as revealing to them that Lilith is actually the clone of Ophis, this causing everyone to look at the dragon god in shock, who was just casually eating snacks, not even paying attention to the conversation. Well, leave it to Issei to achieve the impossible yet again, said Zenobia with a genuine smile. Soon after, a silver magic circle appeared on the ground and out appeared Grafia with the contract to sign Kuo Town over to him. Sona appeared shortly after and they each signed their half of the contract. After a quick glance at each other, Sona wasn't angry at Issei, in fact it was the opposite, she was genuinely impressed. Him and his peerage totally kicked their ass, really showing just how far behind they really were. Congratulations Issei, said Sona with a bitter smile. Thanks Sona, said Issei with a bow, which she returned. Oh, also I would like if possession of the orc be returned to Rias, said Issei, causing Rias to quietly gasp. Sona looked over at Rias for a moment before speaking. Okay, she simply said. Soon enough another contract was made for Sona and Rias to sign, which they did. Also I would like to talk to Searzex. Sealing Gasper up again was cruel, and he should be let out, said Issei, receiving a nod from Grafia. He'll be at your old house to talk about it with everyone, said Grafia, receiving a nod from Issei. Thank you, said Issei, before Grafia disappeared back to the underworld. After Grafia left, and after Sona left, Issei was suddenly hugged tightly by Rias. Tilde music start. Study X study by Stylips Tilde. Issei, thank you, said Rias with tears in her eyes, and a happy smile. Issei returned the hug, which caused Kanako's eye to twitch and then glare at Rias. The thing Rias did next shocked everyone. She daringly kissed him right in front of Kaneko, and everyone, causing all of the girls in the room to get jealous looks on their faces. So Issei, what do you say we join your new and old house together? You can have your old room back, or keep the room you have in your new house if you want, said Rias. Issei looked at his peerage, and then at Rias's peerage, then at Rias. Let's do it, said Issei. And with the use of devil magic and fallen angel magic it was done, and the houses were connected by a portal in the VIP room of each house. The houses both had seals on them so both sides could enter each other's houses without getting chills. The Dragon's Hellcat CH.10. Tilde the morning after the raiding game Tilde. Issei and his peerage can be seen sleeping in his room, including Lilith, who simply slept with him, copying the other girls. Like usual, Issei was the first to wake up. Upon waking up he was welcomed by Akeno on top of him. She had snuck over to his side of the house and into his room. She had kissed him and began teasing him, trying to seduce him. As Akeno was moving closer to Issei's lips a second time, she was punched by Kaneko, because it caught her off guard. Akeno was sent flying into the wall. Tilde music start. Watashi no tame ni, ikinasai Tilde. Issei is mine Akeno, I won't give him to you, said Kaneko, clinging to her. Issei, she glared at Akeno. Sharing is caring Kaneko, no need to get jealous, replied Akeno with her usual closed eyes and sadistic smile, and teasing tone as she pointed her finger and fired a bolt of lightning at the cat girl. Kaneko managed to dodge it and charged a ball of ki and fired it at Akeno, who also dodged the attack. Come now Kaneko, you really think you can compete with me? Your chest has grown a bit, but you're still very much lacking in the thing Issei likes most about a woman. You're still barely a C cup, ha ha ha, said Akeno teasingly. That did it. Kaneko jumped out of the bed and tackled Akeno. They then began firing attacks at each other and chasing each other around the large bedroom. The commotion caused the other girls to wake up as well. What's going on? Asked a startled Katase. Akeno, come on now, who do you think you are? Kaneko, bless your soul. Akeno, you really think you're in control? Kaneko, well, I think you're crazy. As the fighting continued, Issei explained that Akeno had snuck over and tried to seduce me in her usual sadistic way. How Kaneko didn't like that one bit and punched her across the room. Akeno kept taunting Kaneko and made a comment about her breasts, and then the fight started, and all they could do is watch and they'll stop eventually. And so that's what they did. Eventually the cat girl and the fallen angel devil hybrid stopped. After everything settled down, the two peerages decided to have breakfast together, while they waited for Searzex to arrive to discuss Gasper. Tilde time skip. Old school building Tilde. Tilde music change. Core Karatanosh Tilde. After some negotiations, Searzex had given the okay to release Gasper. The two peerages wasted not time before they went to the old school building to pick him up. Upon the seal being broken and the door being opened, Issei said the little cross-dressing vampire as he ran up and hugged his senpai. Issei returned the hug. Issei, I'm sorry for what I said that day, said a teary-eyed Gasper. It's alright, I already forgive you and everyone. I'm sorry I got you sealed away again, little buddy, replied Issei as the dragon and Gasper shared an embrace. That's when Gasper noticed the new faces. Issei, who are they? Asked Gasper. Issei introduced Gasper to his peerage. Gasper's eyes landed on Gura, who was back in her normal blue form. She was someone he did recognize. You're Gura, from YouTube, said the little vampire. Replied Gura, nodding her head. Saw you in the raiding game against Sona while in here. You're really strong for a tiny shark. I've watched a lot of your streams too. So happy I actually get to meet you, said Gasper excitedly. Nice to meet you too, Gasper, said Gura. Tilda after picking up Gasper. Hyodo residence Tilda. After picking up Gasper, Issei and Rias along with their peerage headed home to hang out. Kaneko and Lilith were playing video games and eating snacks in Issei's old room. Ravel, Zenobia, Kiba, and Asia were sitting in the living room chatting on one of the sofas. Rias, Akino, Irina, Gura, Gasper, and Issei were on Issei's side of the joint house chatting in his living room. Gura, during the raiding game you transformed, and your personality changed. What was that? Asked Rias. My apex predator side, my darker half, like when a shark smells the blood of a fish. When I get excited about a fight, my innocent playful side goes away, and results in what my chumbuds call evil Gura coming out, said the shark. I have something similar to that called Gasper Balur. When using Forbidden Invade Balur the beast my personality changes, said the vampire to the shark. Are you able to control yours? Asked the shark, replying to Gasper. Not well, it's me but at the same time it's not me, Balur but at the same time not Balur, it's my sacred gear Forbidden Balur view. It allows me to stop time, and control darkness, when my emotions are at my lowest due to me not being able to control my power well it activates. I'm getting better but still have a lot of work to do, said Gasper, which the shark understood. Soon after discussing their powers, Akino teasingly brings up the 1 to 5 inches wears 3 and 4 inches video of Gura to everyone's confusion of what Akino is talking about. Akino pulls out her phone and shows the video, prompting everyone to laugh. Gura, what the heck was going through your head? Asked a chuckling Rias. I honestly don't know. In my defense my brain was in learning German mode, so when Kiera said that in Australia they have the grades 1 to 5, and Germany they have the numbers 1 to 6, I overthought about what she said and I thought she meant 1 to 5, replied Gura with an embarrassed look on her face. Everyone continued to laugh, including Gura. Tilda scene change Tilda. Everyone decided to do karaoke. Kaneko sang Yandere by Jasmine Bean while looking at her Issei the entire time. Rias sang the nightcore version of Hate Me by Uriel with her eyes on Issei. Akino sang Vacation Bible School slow version while eyeing Issei to everyone's displeasure. Gura sang her song Reflect, and Ride on Time. Irina, Asia, and Zenobia sang the cover of Take Me to Church by Sophia Karlberg, but they changed the lyrics from Take Me to Church to Take Me to the Dragon's Keep, obviously dedicating the song to Issei. Katase and Murayama did a duet, and sang I Need a Doctor by Dr. Dre and Eminem, but changed the lyrics to I Need a Dragon. Kuroka sang In the Club by Royce. 5 feet 9 inches. Gasper, Rossweiss, Kiba, Ayane, and Lilith didn't sing, they just listened. Issei sang All the Things She Said by Poppy with his eyes on Kaneko, who was crying happy tears at the song, causing everyone to get bitter jealous looks. Then Issei and Kaneko did a duet together. They sang Training Wheels by Melanie Martinez, Kaneko singing the verses with Issei singing the chorus before they shared a passionate kiss at the end. Tilda chapter end Tilda.